Hey guys, tips and tricks here, and today I'm gonna show you how to replace the AC compressor on this 2011 Honda CRV. But before we start, I do wanna say that I already removed all of the Freon out of the system in my car. If you don't have a recycle machine, I would recommend you to taking it to a mechanic shop so they can do it for you. And without being said, the first thing that you will want to do is move the power steering reservoir out of the way so you can get to the serpentine belt. And with the reservoir out of the way, you will have to remove the bracket that's holding the reservoir so you can get to the belt tensioner, which is held by two 10mm bolts. With our bracket removed, we now have a lot of room to get to that tensioner bolt right down there. On my vehicle is a 14mm bolt, and yours might be different size. So use a socket or a wrench and turn that bolt kind of clockwise, and the belt tensioner loses its tension, and you can take it around the pulley. And with our belt removed, we can now go to the compressor, which is held by 4 bolts. As you can see, it's got 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. But before we go underneath the vehicle, get your safety glasses on. And now we are ready. And before you remove the bolts that are holding the AC compressor, you have to remove the hoses first. They're held by 10mm bolts. As you can see, there is one hose right here, and there is another hose on the very top right there. There is the other hose, the very top. That one is a little bit difficult to get to, but with 10mm bolts, wobble, socket and extension, you should be able to get it. You need a really long extension to get to that one. I tried to get it from the bottom, but it is so much easier to get it from the top. So let's go ahead and remove those hoses. And once you take the 10mm bolt, you should be able to just wiggle it and take it off. And now with 2 hoses removed, we need to disconnect the compressor. The connector is right there, and then we're gonna go ahead and start taking the bolts that are holding the AC compressor. And I know that it's kind of hard to see, but in order to disconnect the compressor, you gotta press right here and then pull it, and it should come right off. And after that is removed, we gotta lose the 12mm bolts that are holding the compressor. There should be 4 of them. And once you remove the 4 bolts, just be careful, because this thing will fall down, and if you're not careful, it can fall down on your face. So just be aware of that. All right, and there she is. So out with the old and in with the new. And here's where my compressor failed. You can hear the grounding noise. And as you can see, you don't really need any fancy tools. All I've used so far is a ratchet, couple sockets, wobble extension, and a ratchet. and anybody can do this at home. If I can do it, you can do it. Alright, and before we get the new compressor up there, we need to replace the O-ring on the AC hoses. Alright, and I would highly suggest getting the first two bottom bolts, those one over there, so you can align the compressor and get the top ones. At this point, the only thing that we have left is getting the plug right there and the connect the hoses back on the compressor, and we're almost done. And as you can see, by doing this type of job, you will get some experience on working on your own car, saving yourself a lot of money. I've been doing this for a few years now, and it's actually not that difficult. By doing the compressor in your car, you'll be saving about $400 to $600 just by doing that in your car, and it's actually not that difficult. As I showed before, it only requires a few tools, nothing special, and so far that's all that's need to be done here. And then I'm gonna show you how to get the belts back on, and that should be it. Our compressor is on there now. Now it's time to get the serpentine belt on. Alright, just make sure everything looks nice and tight. Get your bracket on. Reservoir. Alright, and we are all done, and now the only thing that's left to do is getting the freon back on, the right amount of freon. If you don't have these hoses, you can always buy one on Amazon. I got this one for $40, and it works really well. And if you guys found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I upload videos every chance I get. Thank you so much for watching.